My next guest, she is the WKA North American Bantamweight Champion and will be fighting for the WBC Muay Thai Canadian Championship on June 17th. From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Kate Clements. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good stuff, good stuff. How was training today? Tell me everything. This was the last hard training session. How's everything feeling now? Are you looking forward to just being done? Weight cut? What's going on now?
Today was our last hard session. I hit my best time on my sprints, so that was exciting. In good shape, feeling good. Gonna start the weight cut tomorrow with the water loading and everything, all that fun stuff. So looking forward to next week. This will probably be the hardest week of the camp so far, so looking forward to get that out of the way.
But it seems like weight cutting is something that you're quite good at. I see that sometimes you do come in underweight. Was it so? What's going on there? Or is weight cutting always just absolutely awful for you?
It's not like terrible. It could be a lot worse for sure. I work with a really, really good nutritionist. Her name's Jennifer Velasquez. So she's kind of like the mad scientist behind everything. So she types it all up, sends it to me. I don't even have to think about it. I just drink my water, eat the food she tells me to, and the weight just falls off. Usually, I'll probably hopefully only have to sweat 2, maybe 3 pounds, so should be pretty not bad.
Going to be bang on target. Now, this fight camp certainly had some unique qualities. How was it training in all the smoke for the last couple of months there?
The smoke actually hasn't been too bad in Lethbridge. Okay. And conveniently, I was actually out in Ontario training at Niagara Top Team for the 1 week that the smoke was really bad here. So, I missed all that. So it was good timing.
How was everything? I wanted to ask about that. How was training with Jasmine Jazadovicius, who is just fighting in 6 hours as well at the time of recording?
Yeah, she's fighting tonight. It was so good. Their team out there is so strong. It's all pros. I got to live at her house for a week too, so it was just eat, sleep, breathe fighting. If we weren't at the gym, they were watching fights. If they weren't watching fights, they were talking about fights. If they weren't talking about fights, they were talking about food, they were eating. So it was so cool.
Just living in the full-time fighter's world. And you know what I really like about Jasmine is that she is she has a Canadian accent, and I think it's just so it's so you know what I mean?
She's such a cool, she's so just such a chill person. It was great. They flew me out, so that kind of was a little bit of an ego boost, getting flown out by a UFC fighter to be part of her camp was pretty cool. So kind of solidified, after training with all them. Ashley Nichols is out there too. She's one of the top, another really good girl. I was I felt real solid. So the pros are definitely where I think I'm supposed to be. So that was a little nice confidence boost to have leading up to this fight.
Oh, fantastic. You were flown out training with the best of the best in Canada. It is fantastic to see. So coming into this fight on June 17th, what is your official prediction with how well training has been going for you?
Well, obviously, I think I'm going to get the belt. My opponent, Steph, she's very traditional Thai, so there's going to be a lot of elbows. We predict one or both of us will get cut. Hopefully I'll get a stoppage is what I'm hoping for. But I think regardless, I think the win's going to come back to me.
Absolutely. Now, in your last fight, you got some pretty cool gear. You got some trophies and that sort of stuff. Where do you store all this stuff? Because it just looks awesome. I wish I could have it on display all the time.
Yeah, I actually, here, I'll show. I have a little.
Please
shrine.
Do. Yes.
A little shrine. Can I flip the camera?
Give it a shot.
Oh, no, that turned it off. Sorry. I'll just go like this. Yeah, we got a little shrine going.
Look at that. That looks so good. Oh,
3 belts, couple posters. Yeah, so we just keep it on the shelf. I think eventually I'll bring it to the gym, but for now I like to stare at it in my living room.
This is so cool. So you're competing for the WBC Canadian Muay Thai title. Let's say you get it, you get the belt around your waist. What's next for your career move? Do you want to go to the US? Do you want to do Thailand? Do you want to do Singapore? What do you imagine is next for you?
I think it would be cool to defend it, first of all. But ideally, the girls' divisions are so small, so I'm kind of hoping once I win it, get ranked top 20 would be kind of cool. And then I think it'd be cool to fight in Europe. I've been to Thailand before, but I'm dying to go back. So Thailand is definitely in my future. And then obviously like the big goal right now for everyone is one. So hopefully, ideally one day end up in one championship with the one belt around my waist.
Absolutely. Hey, it's just around the corner, one fight at a time. And you have this fight upcoming, and you've got an outpouring of support. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the teams you've been working with, like the Fighters First team, and you also have the Irish Stout team and stuff like that? Tell us a little bit more about these.
Yeah, no, this fight camp's actually been like insane in terms of support wise. Like I've always had a really good support system, but yeah, so we got the Fighters First guys, whipped up those super cool t-shirts. I got my name on a shirt, got some merch, which is cool. Yes. It's like I get an email every time someone buys one, and I'm just like mind blown by the amount of people who've actually like, you know, like bought my shirt. And I was like, whoa, like it's not just my mom.
This is awesome. Link will be down below for that as well. But that is awesome. Tell me more about it.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then we got the Forged Irish Stout, which like is insane. Like especially for me, my pro debut being sponsored already by such a big brand, and like it's Conor McGregor's beer. Like I remember I was at work actually when I got the text from Conor, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And all my coworkers are like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm sponsored by Conor McGregor. Based like in a roundabout way. But I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool. And then so it's just like mind blowing. Like I don't know, this time last year, like we were just dying for a pro fight, let alone just turning it into this. And then one of the girls at the gym set up through one of the local coffee brands here in Lethbridge. Like I have my own coffee roast that people have been buying. So anyone likes coffee, so I got cool. Yeah, we named it the Great Blend, like after my ring name. So yeah, that's been cool. And then just got some sponsors. So I've never like gone into a fight with sponsorships. So I got two big sponsors too out of Calgary, Panel Construction and Red Wing Environmental. And then Mia Stays, who's like been in my corner since day one. Basically, she also sponsored me. So yeah, it's just mind blowing. Like every fight I say, like I'm just so thankful for like everyone who backs me. And it seems like every fight it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And yeah, it's just mind blowing, a little overwhelming, but
no, that's absolutely amazing. Every fight you're just getting a little bit more support, more love from those around you. Now, does that in the ring have any added pressure, or are you completely zen in the ring? Like, what is your attitude when you're actually in there?
I'm pretty, like, leading up to the fight, it's definitely a lot of pressure, but just because it's like, yeah, like all these people are backing me, all these people are cheering for me. Like, obviously they want me to win. I wouldn't say they're expecting me to win, but like, you know what I mean? But once I'm in the ring, it's just like blinders on, and I don't really think about anything except surviving the next 15 minutes.
Some fighters walk out of the fight and almost have like, I have no memory of what just happened.
I'll like,
go ahead.
Sorry. Like clearly remember like one or two things, like if I land a cool shot or whatever, like that kind of sticks. But yeah, for the most part, like once I'm out of there, I'm like, what just happened? So yeah, it's definitely like just pure adrenaline.
Absolutely awesome. And what is your normal like full-time job then?
I'm a child and youth care counselor at a residential treatment center for kids.
Gotcha. Do you show off to them that you're like, hey, this is my last highlight reel? Check this out, guys.
Yeah, I show them some of them. One girl, actually, she thought I was kidding when I said that I was a professional fighter. And then like a week later, like another staff brought it up and she was like, wait, you were serious? So I was like, yeah, I'm serious. And like another time I showed one of the boys like a picture, one of the pictures of me like teeping a girl in the face, and like his jaw literally dropped and he was like speechless for 2 minutes. I was like, yeah.
I love that. That's absolutely awesome.
No, it's funny.
So tell me, how did you get started in the sport of kickboxing? Like in Canada, we have so much exposure to MMA. How did you first get exposed to Muay Thai and kickboxing and then, you know, become a fighter?
So prior to starting kickboxing, I actually did Taekwondo for 8 years. So I'm a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I did that until I was like 12 or 13, I think. And then there was just like some drama with the club that we were at, and ended up getting like kicked out is was the whole story. But I took like 3 months off from martial arts, and then like just told my mom that I missed hitting people, like sparring. And she was like, oh, okay. So then there's Mike Miles gym in Calgary.
I've trained there. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the, like, it was the gym at the time to go to. So we just kind of signed up for it. Like, not really with the intention of ever being like a professional fighter or anything, just to keep me active. And then, I did a couple classes, was like already kind of had a background in it. So just had to tweak a couple things. And then my one coach at the time, Peter Arbo, who like basically my whole career is owed to him, just for like getting me started in it. And like I worked a lot one-on-one with him. And so he was like, oh, you should do a continuous tournament. And I was like, oh, okay. And then,
what does a continuous tournament mean?
Like not a point sparring, just like a little tournament. So not like an actual fight. So I had my division. I think I was in like the mixed, like girls and boys division. And then I think I won. So I beat all the boys. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, shit. Yeah. So I did a couple of those. And then I did the IKF tournament, won that. I did TBAs, won that. And then, just kind of fell into place. I just loved it. So.
Amazing. Your entire life has been in combat sports to this point. This is absolutely incredible.
Much. Yeah. I played like volleyball in grade 8, but aside from that, I've only ever done combat martial arts. So basically my whole life.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, Mike Miles' gym is quite good. I know me and Hakeem Doadim had trained out there.
Yeah.
Or Hakeem, he had trained out there and a bunch of other people. Yeah, it's a very good gym. But my journalist brain is going off here. What was the drama at your old gym? And you can pretty much say anything you want, because I'm not going to follow up with any of these other people in this story. What was the drama here?
At our Taekwondo club? So I think I was like 12, maybe 11, something like that. And then my mom basically just like got into a huge fight with the head coach, who was just like an asshole, honestly, like called him out on a bunch of stuff that was like going wrong, and he just didn't like that. So we showed up to class like after, like, I think they fought over email actually, but we showed up to the class, and we walked in, and he was like, why are you here? Like, you're not allowed to be here. And my mom was like, oh, but we paid to be here. So he refunded us our membership and told us to leave.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that is
pretty wild. Like at the time I was like devastated, obviously, but like it kind of set me up to head down this path. So in hindsight, like it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So
it almost certainly did work out better. Now, when you were adjusting to Muay Thai striking, did it just feel like, oh, this is just, I felt this glove before, everything fits perfectly, or was it a bit more modifications than you had expected?
My stance was the biggest thing, because like Taekwondo's really long stance and like really jumpy and snappy kicks and stuff like that. So my stance, I remember there was one day where Mike tied like a rope around my waist, tied me to the ring, and then tied my feet together to like try and narrow my stance, and we like hit pads like that. But and then like the snappy kicks too, I also had to kind of adjust to more of like the like full range, I guess, more hip based instead of snap. So that took probably about a year or two to finally like nail down. And then, like, there's not a lot of punches in Taekwondo either, so I had to learn to kind of let my hands go.
Oh, definitely. Now, muscle memory is a hell of a thing. Do you find that sometimes when you're very tired at the end of a training session, you still rely or still kind of go back to the old stance, or is it drilled out of you at this point?
No, it's drilled. Like, sometimes my kicks will get a little snappy, but the stance is completely gone. It also, like, it really helps with, like, spinning kicks and stuff was the one thing that has still stuck to this day is, like, I can throw a mean spinning back kick if I want to, or like a spinning hook kick. So that was helpful.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Well, we're looking forward to it. And then where can we watch the fight? Where we can support you and all that good stuff, but where can we watch this fight?
So there's a pay-per-view link if you can't make it in person. I have it linked in my Instagram bio on my link tree. Or you can buy tickets. It's at the Grey Eagle Casino in Calgary. So if you're around Calgary, got nothing else to do, come watch some good fights. It's like a stacked card, so it's well worth tuning in.
It's going to be a good one, and that's coming up on June 17th, and the links for all that good stuff will, of course, be down below. I know I'm from Calgary myself, so I need to ask you some prudent questions that everyone from Calgary wants to know. Are you more of a national on 8th or more of a national on 10th kind of person?
National on 10th.
Obviously. It's not even...
Yeah.
Like, who would even... Come on. Wait, I always get it mixed up. When national on 10th, is that the rooftop, or is that the weird bowling alley in the basement?
It has the weird bowling alley in the basement.
That one's so much better. That one's the best one by far.
Yeah,
who would even go?
There's a couple other rooftop ones like right by it. So if you want to get your rooftop fixed, then I think, which one is it? Craft has the rooftop.
Yeah, Craft is really nice. I really like Craft.
I like Craft too. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, no, definitely national on 10th.
So I moved away from Calgary 2 years ago, and I think I miss patio season so much. Every time we're going by a pub, I'm just like, oh man, they should just put chairs on the parking lot or put chairs on the street. That was the best thing about Calgary. Like summertime in Calgary.
Yeah, it's a nice city. I miss it. Like Lethbridge it's like, because I was born and raised in Calgary. But yeah, Lethbridge is like starting to pick up a little bit, but it's nowhere near Calgary's patio scene.
Yeah, it's not quite the same, but you're going to be fighting in Calgary. Are you doing an after party that night, or where do you want to have the after party that night?
I'm pretty useless after fights. Like I can't move, like everything hurts. So my plan is a bunch of my friends are driving down, and have you ever been to Sammy's Pizza?
Let me look it up. I might have actually.
It's the best pizza in Calgary. The Sammy's number 7. So we're just going to go back to my parents' house and crush some Sammy's Pizza.
It's going to be a Calgary night through and through. This is going to be a good one. So let me ask you about Stampede. Did you do it once and then you're done with it, or are you kind of going to the grounds every year?
I went to the grounds like an average amount when I was like in high school, kind of. And then like I moved down to Lethbridge for university. So I didn't go much then, but I go to the Badlands Music Festival, some of the artists. So I'm going this summer to see 2 shows through them. So I guess indirectly I'll be at Stampede. But
that's absolutely... So for those who don't know about Stampede, this is just a conversation for us, but for those who don't know Stampede, like I've described it as like it's a Halloween festival, but we all agreed to go as cowboys. Like how would you explain Stampede to someone from like Thailand or Brazil? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's 11 days. I think it's 11 days. The city shuts down. Yeah. Everybody day drinks and dresses as cowboys. It's pretty much it. There's like rodeos and rides, and you can get any food you imagine on a stick or deep fried. And yeah, it's just a big party. Like the big oil field or oil companies buy out restaurants and shut it down, and yeah, it's a wild time with fake cowboys roaming around.
The corporate thing was the weird aspect of like, I'm having fun for like 2 days and I'm done. And now it's just corporate bros here, and I'm not having any more fun. Like, I don't want to be at Stampede for another 9 days. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
But yeah, so okay, the Badland Music Festival. Tell me a little bit more. What kind of music are you into? We got to know everything.
So this shocks people, but if I'm not in a fight camp, I'm usually at a rave. So I like the EDM, dubstep, all that kind of stuff. I get made fun of at the gym because whenever I'm allowed to take over the speakers, it's just everyone calls it my weird robot music. Dubstep usually playing in the background. But yeah, for the Badlands this year, we're going to Skrillex, who's like one of the OG guys. And then Excision is my favorite artist. He's like super heavy dubstep, bass music. So it's like headbanging, all that fun stuff, mosh pits.
Oh yeah, I know that. So I grew up in Cranbrook, just near like everyone I knew.
He's from Cranbrook. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. I was going to be like, what the hell? That's a name I know. And obviously the other name, Skrillex, he was cool when I was a bit younger. But yeah, all my friends used to go out to the Shambhala Music Festival just outside of Nelson.
I'm going to that one this year too for the first time. So
Shambhala is insane. I think that's going to be
I've heard it's like a different world. So I don't know if I'm cut out for Shambhala, but we'll see.
Someone had said, go to Shambhala once in your entire life. You don't sleep, but you're never going to want to go back.
Yeah, I'm going to be up for 4 days, it'll be interesting. But yeah, so it'll be fun.
So between Muay Thai fighting, raving, like you live an extreme lifestyle. I can't imagine, like, what do you watch on TV? Are you just watching like extreme action stuff, or do you actually like, you know?
I actually don't watch TV or like movies. Like, I don't know if it's like ADHD or like I just physically can't sit down for an extended period of time to watch like TV or a movie. So.
Hey, that's fair. I understand that. I'm the same way. I'm a big, like, on social media, but what are you kind of doing? Are you just social media? Are you video games?
Yeah, like TikToks, Instagram, just switch back and forth between those two, Facebook occasionally.
Facebook?
Yeah.
What year is this? What are we even talking about?
Yeah, literally.
All right, let's get back to fight sport here. Who are some of your biggest inspirations, either now or growing up in the combat sports world that you looked up to?
I think more when I was younger. Like, I actually don't really watch a lot of fights right now. Like, I have the couple big names that I half follow, but when I was younger, my favorite fighter was George St. Pierre. And then I also really liked Miesha Tate too when she was around fighting. I took a lot of inspiration, I guess, from her. So those were my two, like, little teen me were my two big idols.
The era around Miesha Tate and her rival Ronda Rousey, that was the best time. And then Miesha lost and tried to shake her hand, and then Ronda walked away. Just those were the days. But yeah, Misha's good stuff. She's a cool she's a cool person and still around in the sport trying to compete and all that. But yeah. And then what advice would you pass on, especially women in combat sports? They may be looking up to you now, but it can be quite hard. It can be quite intimidating to get in the gym because this is a very masculine sport, in all honesty. What advice would you give to them?
But yeah, like walking into a gym, it can be scary. Like, even like when I go to other gyms, like I get a little nervous sometimes walking in, and like I've been doing it for 12 years, but like you just got to do it. Like, I don't know, when people are training, like everyone looks mean, everyone looks tough, like, but combat athletes, Muay Thai fighters, like they're some of the nicest people that like I've ever met, most supportive people I've ever met. Like, the gym is just such a good community, such a supportive community that it's welcoming to everyone. You just kind of got to get past that, like, a little initial nerves that might come with it, and then after that, like, you'll make friends, you'll make wicked training partners. It's just such a good, strong, solid community. Especially I've noticed for the females, like, because we are so few and far between, like, it's just a really strong, not really, I wouldn't say tight knit, but like everyone kind of knows who you are, like just always trying to make each other better, uplift each other. It's wicked once you get past the intimidation factor.
Yeah, absolutely. It is like joining a community, and especially I find in Muay Thai as compared to like MMA or boxing, the Muay Thai fighters are quite close. It is a classy, it's a very sportsmanship sport through and through, correct? Yeah,
no, 100%. Like, you beat the life out of each other for however long your fight is, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, and then you hug it out after. Like, I guess bringing up this fight, like Stephanie Quigg, we trained together for 4 years. Like, she's actually a really close friend of mine. So, like, we're going to go in there, do what we got to do, beat each other up for 15 minutes, and then hopefully hug it out and continue on with how we are. But it's just such a strong, wicked community that, I wouldn't trade it for anything, honestly.
Absolutely awesome. Now, looking into the future a little bit, not trading it for anything, looking into the future 5 years from now and 10 years from now, how do you envision yourself?
Hopefully in one. I think that'd be pretty cool. Especially like Canadian Muay Thai is starting to grow. It's starting to get bigger. Like, hopefully put Canada on the map. Like, if I win the WCB belt next week, I'll be the first Bantamweight WBC Canadian champion, which will be pretty cool. So could be cool to go on to be the first like international Canadian to win a WCB belt, like first dual. I don't know, possibilities are like endless at this point, honestly.
You got a whole country backing you, and the whole country loves combat sports too. Like George St. Pierre Mania, like you were talking about, it was big. It was on like it was on national television. It was next to hockey and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's big. And especially I think like with what they're doing with the 4-ounce gloves, like with one and stuff, once it gets over here, like I think it's just gonna skyrocket.
Oh, absolutely. Have you trained with 4-ounce gloves? Do you prefer it, or do you like the classic style?
I've trained with them briefly. I was supposed to be in the Road to One tournament down in the States at 115, so I kind of did like a couple of weeks of prepping with the 4-ounce gloves, but nothing ever came out of that, so we just kind of dropped it. But I don't know. I think I'd have to do it first to really know. Like my hands, like they flew while I was wearing them. Like I could go so fast in them, but I don't think my face would like it too much. Like I've trained with Cody a couple times when he's been in the 4-ounce gloves, like obviously just flowing, but yeah, it's totally different.
It feels like there's nothing
There's nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. But yeah, so that is something to look forward to. Fighting in one championship in the next few years. This fight, we're talking about defending, and then we're looking at one championship. We're going to make it a reality. And what advice would you pass on to others who are maybe just starting out in the sport?
Train hard. Like you're always learning too, so like I'm bad with this sometimes, but like you can't go in with the mindset that like I'm going to be the best, or like you can't walk into the gym being like, oh, I'm the baddest thing here, because you're not. Like there's always someone better than you. But you know, keep training. It'll take time, but like it's a wild ride. You get to go do cool stuff, get in good shape, meet cool people, travel. Like yeah, if you want it to, like fighting can take you really wherever you want it to. So
and you get to punch people in the face. That's the thing.
It's a good stress relief. Like nowhere else can you just consensually beat someone up and not get in trouble for it. So
oh, absolutely love it. Last word goes to you, but let me do this rundown here real quick. Make sure to check out all these sponsors, including the Fighters First shop down below, and make sure to check out Kate's fight on June 17th. It'll be for the WBC Muay Thai Canadian Championship from the Grey Eagle. No, last word goes to you. Talk us on out of here. Thank who you need to thank, shout out who you need to shout out, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so first I'll thank my sponsors. Like we talked about earlier, we got Forge Irish Stout, Panel Construction, Red Wing, Environmental and Supplies Group, Muay Stays. I think that's all of them. And then, yeah, shout out to Brad Wall and Connor Derry, my two coaches. They put in like endless amounts of work into getting me ready for this fight and every fight. Shout out to my strength and conditioning coach, Jared Velasquez, and his wife, Jen Velasquez, who do my strength and conditioning and nutrition. They've turned me into a beast. So shout out to them, friends, family, just, everyone who supports me. It's always mind-boggling, and I appreciate it endlessly.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck this week.